This is David with Patch in our Turned Up studio here in Spencer, West Virginia. Today you're watching Help Desk with Joe, and I have with us as well Justin. He's going to do a product review. This is show number 36 in our Help Desk with Joe series, and we're going to start our podcast broadcast now. This is David with Patched Up Patch Turn. Shoot, I might as well start over. Sorry about that. Right off the bat. Alright, try one more time. Take two. This is David with the Patch Turned Up studio here in Spencer, West Virginia. You're listening to Help Desk with Joe, and I have with me today Joe and Justin. This is show number 36, episode 56 of our broadcast series and our podcast series. Make sure to tune in for more podcasts, information, music, and all the happenings here in our community. So, gentlemen, welcome to the show. Joe, welcome back. Justin, welcome back. It's been a while.
How long has it been? A month or so?
Oh, at least.
Yep.
Joe and I just keep cranking shows out. We're on 36.
I know. We're moving right along.
You're like a machine, Joe. You just crank them out and go on.
Like the Energizer Bunny.
Yeah.
There you go. All right. Well, today, let's start off with our news updates. You got a Quibi, is that right?
Yes, Quibi. So, all right, I'm going to pop quiz both you guys. Have you heard of Quibi?
Is it a show thing that you do online?
Streaming service?
Yeah.
Yes.
I have heard of it.
I have as well, yep.
Okay, next question. Did either of you guys use it?
No.
I went on and watched one show.
Okay.
Because they had a free trial, and I watched one show out of like 14 days.
Okay, so Justin, you're part of the problem. Dave, I've got bad news.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
Don't feel bad, Justin. I'm part of the problem, too. So.
Okay.
So, Quibi, the much-hyped mobile streaming service that touted videos and short bits, is calling it quits after 6 months.
Really?
Yes. So, it was a short-form subscription service that launched in April by former DreamWorks Animation CEO Jeffrey Katzenberg and former eBay CEO Meg Whitman is closing down, the execs announced yesterday.
Wow. That was quick.
Yeah.
As quick as their shows.
Exactly.
What got my attention was it was their shows are like 15 or 20 minutes long. It's short.
Yeah, no more than 10 minutes long.
Okay, even shorter than what I thought. So yeah, they're just quick little episodes, and I watched one of them. I was like, it's pretty neat. I'll come back, and I never did.
Yeah, I think a lot of people did, obviously.
Yeah.
So the high-profile executives they raised $1.25 billion or $750 million
Jeez,
to launch this, and they was started out with a free 90-day trial. Then after that, it was going to be $4.99 a month with ads or $7.99 a month without commercials.
Right.
And my thoughts are, if it's a 10-minute show, how many commercials can you really cram into a?
Yeah. Well, I mean, how many do you need to, though?
Exactly.
One at the beginning, one at the end. So two. But, I mean, only 10 minutes, the people will be watching it more frequently, I would think. Unless you're me, and then you only watch one, you never come back.
Right. So I think that's what a lot of people did. Because I remember trying to sign up for the trial, and there was something I think it was wanting to ask for my credit card for the trial, and depending on the service, I won't do that because I'm afraid that I'll forget and then get hit that first month. So I'm not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And
they were doing their own shows, producing their own content?
Yeah, it was all original content, but not a lot of... The one that they heavily advertised featured Chrissy Teigen. It was Chrissy's Court, so apparently she was a judge in some kind of courtroom setup. I don't know. But so they said that this is basically it, but they're trying to find a way to either liquidate or sell the content itself, so maybe try to relaunch the content onto a more established platform.
Right, yeah, they already got a lot of content and a lot of shows.
Right, so my thoughts are, you launched in the middle of a pandemic when people are staying home watching TV more than ever, and your service fails. Yeah. Just what kind of quality of product is it if you can't survive a time where more people's watching content than ever?
Yeah, I kind of agree with you. At that point, you really got to wonder if you got the stuff to make it or not.
Exactly.
And apparently they don't.
No.
Yeah, I'd only heard of it through a podcast where someone was kind of making fun of it, really.
Right.
I hadn't heard anything great about it.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
That's never a good thing. Well, I mean, I guess it's all right to get made fun of a little bit, but not when you're starting out. Should be all hype, all positive hype.
Exactly.
Oh, boy.
So if you are one of the few subscribers to Quibi, Get ready to have an extra $5 to $8 in your pocket per month coming very soon.
I like that, one of the few.
Yeah.
Oh boy, poor Quibi. Sorry, I'm dusting my mic here. Poor Quibi. Okay. Huh. Well, I guess I should have watched more than one show, or maybe subscribed. I don't know. I'm not sure where to go. I guess one person wouldn't have mattered. So.
Right.
Okay. All right then. By golly. Okay. So you got another update number 2, another Apple update?
Yes.
Which, boy, you've been full of. I mean, there's been so many Apple, Android, and
Roku updates.
Yeah, Roku updates here lately. But lay it on us, the new Apple update.
So Justin, refresh my memory. You have iPhone?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Do you have an Apple TV?
No.
Okay.
I do not.
Okay.
Hold on, Justin. Do you have a TV at all?
You could call it that. It's kind of old school. It's like one of those big boxes, heavy things.
Do you watch it?
Not much. Sometimes DVDs from the red box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Did you watch Caddyshack yet?
No. I thought maybe you'd quiz me on that.
Our poor 80s, 90s retro movie podcast, it just keeps getting worse and worse.
Now I think this might work for us. Justin would be the one we could teach throughout the series. I think we could.
Gosh.
I think we could twist it. And I think we can make this work.
I can see shoot, I'm struggling today. I can see Cena struggling with what you just said. The boys are going to teach someone else something. Time out.
Yeah.
This podcast went sideways in a hurry.
Yeah, no good can come out of this.
Yeah. What's he going to learn exactly?
Yeah. If she can get hold of Justin, she'll say, "Run and don't look back."
Yeah. Don't come back to that deal. All right. I was just curious, Justin, because you're outdoor type guy. You don't seem like the type that would sit around and watch TV a lot.
Oh, I have sometimes. I just currently don't have internet, so I can't do any streaming. So
Yeah. Hey,
usually when I go to Redbox, I'm not like, oh, I have to see that. That's something that really grabs me. So
okay. Yeah. Well, that's all right. That might be a good thing, though. You kind of disconnect when you're at home at night.
Yep.
Well, plus the number of new content hitting Redbox. Let me ask you: have you been seeing a lot of new content hitting Redbox, or?
A lot of it I'd never heard of, so that could just be me being out of the loop a little bit, or.
Now, just based off either like the actors and actresses that they're promoting on the movies themselves, do they look like A-list movies, or just like these are B-list movies?
Yeah, mostly. A minus to B.
Okay. Okay, it's like, so we're scraping the bottom barrel. We're running. We gotta keep these
I was going to
boxes
say, is the movie industry back in business? What are they doing?
I think
know?
it's one of those that are starting to trickle back in just bits and pieces.
Okay. I noticed that a lot of these little shows come out for streaming, but I don't know. I don't really pay attention to it. I don't go to the movies or anything, so.
Yeah. In theory, couldn't they do like a bubble type thing where when you're shooting the movie, you're pretty much totally quarantined?
Yeah, everybody come in. They kind of do that anyway, right?
Yeah, and I think it just made things a lot worse. Now, I did see where AMC is, you can actually rent out the entire theater for like as cheap as $99 now.
Really?
They're trying to just get any
income in.
That.
Yeah. Interesting times. Okay, sorry, drag us way off course there.
We can rent out the theater for the day, and we can just sit there and just binge watch movies, and then we'll have like 8 episodes
Caddyshack first
of podcasts ready to.
Yeah. Well, I know our local theater's going back through. I saw they had like Nightmare on Elm Street and a couple other older movies.
Yeah. They actually had one new release. They had a new release there a few weeks ago. One of the few new releases that's actually making its way out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's a Roby Theater. In case you're listening to this, the Roby Theater, the oldest continuous operating theater. I want to say at least on this side of the Mississippi, the East Coast, but maybe across the nation now. I don't know. 1909. And it's been open the whole time, so pretty cool.
Has the best popcorn ever.
I agree. Okay. All right. Back on track here. Apple update. So Justin has an Apple. Joe, you and I do not. So we can make fun of him for that, but for now it's just the Apple update.
Okay, so Apple's pulling the TV remote app from availability on iPhones and iOS devices, and they're now making that ability built into iOS itself.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, so if you have an Apple TV, an Apple TV is like a Roku. It's a streaming device.
Okay.
And when you open the box, it comes with a physical remote, or if you want, you can use your phone or tablet to be the remote.
Okay.
Well, before to do that, you had to download the app.
Ah, gotcha.
Now, Apple was building that into iOS and removing that app capability, which is kind of a double-edged sword. It's good. That's one less thing you have to deal with. But on the flip side of the coin, if you have an older device that can't run at least iOS 12, you just lost all ability.
Oh, wow.
Because they've pulled it from the App Store.
Gotcha.
So you can't download it to use it that way.
Forced upgrade then, right?
Yes.
Is that a good forced upgrade, or is that going to rankle some Apple users?
Well, I don't think it's going to hurt much because it still comes with the physical remote, so
Right.
it's just a minor inconvenience. I don't think it's going to be too much issues of people screaming, you took us away from us.
Yeah, I wonder how many people actually use the phone anyway.
Apparently enough that they've built it into iOS itself.
I guess that's true. I just think that's kind of crazy. I like the old school remote, but
That's like me. I had the Roku app on my phone, and I've used it once. When we went on a trip, I forgot to take the remote with me. I downloaded the remote and did it that way.
Yeah, that way, yeah.
It is a lot more convenient, but I'm used to that physical, device. It's a little learning curve, and it's more user preference. But if you have the TV remote app on your iOS device, or if you're planning on downloading it, either it already now built in, or you're without.
Yeah, gotcha.
You'll be stuck with the physical remote.
There you go, Justin. For that TV you don't have, you no longer would have the remote capabilities.
Man, what am I going to do?
So your old box TV, does it have a remote, or do you have to get up and change channels?
Yeah, it has a remote.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not quite that old.
All right, just checking. All right. So your next one,
Yes.
update number 3. Boom, we're breezing right through these, so better be a good product review, Justin. That's all I'm saying. So your next update is an AT&T update, which I'm interested in because I'm an AT&T subscriber, user, whatever, subscriber, however you want to put it. So tell me something great, Joe. I want to hear some good news, man.
Okay, well, actually, this is some good news.
Okay.
AT&T's WarnerMedia is now streaming quote-unquote free TV to millions of connected cars. Yes, cars.
Yeah, I know. It just hit me. This is radio, and the astounded look that I don't understand what you're saying doesn't transfer well. So for everybody out there, that moment of pause was me just giving Joe a blank look.
Yeah, you and Justin both gave me the same look.
Yeah.
Like, really?
Did you just say cars?
Yeah, TV and cars. Yeah.
Yeah.
What could possibly go wrong with this?
So how does that work? I don't even understand what you mean by it. Because do you mean like the car's little screen for like the backup monitor, or what are you talking about?
Well, that's what I thought, but it's not. This is if you have AT&T a connected car data plan. So some cars have the ability where you can connect to your device to the Wi-Fi in the car and pay for a internet service plan.
Okay. I'm not that high scale right now.
Well, Cena's car has it, and we've never used it. Honestly,
really?
One day I hit a button, and all of a sudden it came on.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So
it makes your car a hotspot. Is that right?
Yeah, that's basically what it does. And then you just pay a data plan through whatever carrier that it'll connect to.
Gotcha. Interesting. So that's like an extra line, though, right?
Yeah.
To have your car be a hotspot.
Right.
All right. So this is how technologically deficient I am. I don't understand. Why wouldn't you just use your phone as the hotspot? Or why would you need a hotspot if you already had your phone? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a minute. Is the hotspot for like a laptop?
Well, it'd be no different than using your phone for the hotspot for the laptop.
Then why wouldn't you just use your phone?
Convenience. Because you need this, Dave.
Yeah, again, that pause was me giving Joe a quizzical look. Time out. All right, so, I struggle with this whole concept. So you wouldn't use your phone, but how would you get to the Wi-Fi in your car? Does it automatically just go?
It's built into your car, yeah.
So that just keeps you from going to your phone and putting a hotspot in?
Right.
Okay, and it's its own line?
Right.
All right, I guess.
Yeah, it's its own billable item. It would say like smart car connect or whatever.
Huh. Is that now I know my phone, like we've broadcasted soccer games and track meets and stuff on my phone, and I've ran out of hotspot data.
Right.
I assume the car has a limited amount as well?
It depends on
the plan, I guess.
Right, yeah, it depends on the plan and the carrier.
Those get tricky, because I know AT&T's really stingy with their hotspot data.
Yeah, and for a while, I don't remember which carrier it was, but if you subscribed to with one carrier, they was offering like unlimited data for like $30 a month.
What?
Yeah.
Well, we called AT&T because we were trying to.
But that was just in the car. That wasn't.
Yeah. Okay. Just in the car only because I burned up my hotspot data doing like 3 soccer games.
Right.
And some after game interviews and. I called them and they're like 20 gigs for $50, and that's all you could buy. There wasn't another choice.
Right.
So I went with Sprint and got a little Sprint hotspot so I could get 100 gigs for like $60.
Right.
But at least I could get 100 gigs, and so that's what I use now. But interesting. I guess it'd be okay to have a hotspot in your car, but shoot, everybody, if you have a laptop, you probably got a phone.
Right.
I don't know, and you're not driving anyway, so the convenience part kind of throws me.
Right. So AT&T has unveiled this previously rumored WarnerMedia ride service that streams shows from Cartoon Network, CNN, TBS, and other channels for quote-unquote free if you have a vehicle using AT&T's unlimited connected car data plan. Your kids can catch up on Looney Tunes with their tablet while you concentrate on a road trip.
Gotcha. So, okay, that helps out a little bit. So now you got some convenience, but you also got some channels that come with it.
Right.
Yeah, like he just said, like a kid with a tablet, if that tablet doesn't have data in the car, then you've got that.
Yeah, then you just go out the car.
Wi-Fi in your car.
Now that would make sense if you had little kids.
Yeah.
Little kids that have their tablet but wouldn't have a phone, they could just connect and go right on like they would at the house.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
That makes more sense to me. Okay.
So now thank you, Justin. Now we're getting convinced that he needs this.
No. I got teenagers. They got their own phones. They got their own deal. That's no longer my issue.
So the public release focuses on GM cars from Buick, Cadillac, Chevrolet, and GMC, but AT&T told Engadget that WarnerMedia rides should be available across all 27 brands that offer the carrier's in-car Wi-Fi hotspots, including Chrysler, Ford, and foreign brands like Honda, Mercedes-Benz, and Toyota.
Nice. We're getting more connected, which I don't know, maybe a good thing or a bad thing, but you're right. It would help convenience-wise if you're a parent and that's, you floated the iPad out there for your little one.
Right, because I know what we did with Sadie. We took her Kindle Fire and dumped it full of movies when we go on a long road trip.
Right.
And then
you don't have to worry about connectivity.
Right, we don't have to worry about connectivity, but not all families have a built-in IT guy. So.
Yeah, I agree. I know, where were you at 10 years ago, Joe?
Yeah, exactly.
You were here, but
right.
we didn't have this ability, so
right.
We had a whole lot of different conversations.
Right. At that point, it would be nice if.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder if the cars that are connected, if they have, like just driving around Roane County, those areas where my phone will completely drop to no service. I wonder if the car would do the same thing, or if it's got a...
Yes, it will. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, because it's running through. Mm-hmm. It's basically just bounced off the same cell towers.
Yeah.
So how does that work in a car? Like, does it have its own SIM card or something that it operates? It's got its own little cell phone built in.
Yeah, it's got its own little cell phone.
That's kind of crazy.
Yeah. Well, here's the crazy part, and it's something they've done for several years. Dad has a half-ton Dodge pickup.
Right.
And if you remember, a couple years ago, they got recalled because they could get hacked and, somebody could remotely take over the vehicle. Well, that was just through satellite. And what had happened is if they compromised your truck, they could take full control of the truck. You couldn't take it out of gear. They could adjust the speed, the brakes.
What?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so that was the scary part, and what made it really kind of dumb is how they was getting hacked was through the radio the radio in the truck.
Yeah. And
the real dumb part is they could have completely avoided this if they would have left the computer for the radio completely separate.
Yep.
The worst thing would have happened is they would have reprogrammed your radio stations.
Yep.
But they connected that computer to the main truck computer, and so they actually sent him a thumb drive in the mail. And I sit out there and plugged it in and waited 30 minutes for it to download and update and all that. And as a result after that is it actually turned on automatic updates. So it sends it through the satellite antenna. So now every once in a while he'll jump in the truck and he'll fire it up and it'll say update available, please.
Yeah.
Push update and turn your truck off for 30 minutes whenever it's convenient to.
What we had a conversation a couple months ago about people worried about being tracked.
Yes.
And I don't know, like it was the testing, the coronavirus testing.
Yes.
They're like, they're putting in microchips, and we were just talking about crazy stories we heard. It's the first time I've heard anybody talk about their car having satellite abilities. I mean, people are worried about COVID testing, and yet we got... What year's your dad's truck?
It's a 2013, 2014.
So, yeah, you got a truck that's 7, 8, almost 8 years old now that's updating itself.
Yeah.
Hackable.
Yeah.
Where's all the people that are like, I'm out, I'm not getting COVID tested because you're implanting microchips? Yeah. I just remember we were talking, I was like, if somebody wants to track me back and forth from work to Walmart, they must be super bored.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of okay with that because...
Right, yeah. Dave's not that interesting.
Yeah, my lifestyle's not that good to follow. But anyway, so a vehicle, I guess. I'm sure there's a bunch of them then.
Yeah, when Dodge made that recall, it was not just trucks, it was the trucks, cars.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
I didn't think about it. What was the thing that above the rear view mirror that you could push, and if you had a wreck, it called 911? OnStar. How long has OnStar been around?
It's been around for several years.
Man, it's been around a long time.
Yeah, that's...
2005, 8, something like that.
Yeah, that was with GM products, and that's Cena's car. That's the button I was messing around in the car and accidentally hit that OnStar button, and that's when the Wi-Fi started working.
Ah.
And it said, you to connect, do this, and it's like, no, I'm not signing up to get charged for something I don't need.
Well, that's I remember we had it in one of our diesel trucks and had OnStar, and it was free for so long, blah blah blah. But it was pretty neat because if you had a problem, if you broke down, you got locked out of your car, if you had an accident, if it thought you had an accident, it would ask you, you've come to a sudden stop. Stuff like that. It's pretty cool, but
wow,
it's just funny. Where's all the people at that were screaming, "I'm being tracked by Big Brother" back when OnStar came out?
Yeah, because OnStar actually launched in 1996.
Holy cow! Really?
Yeah. Yeah, in 1996, GM North American Operations President Rick Wagner officially launched OnStar at the Chicago Auto Show.
That's crazy. Well, for all the conspiracy theorists out there, you're welcome.
And here's the crazy part. At that time, it was only available on 1997 Cadillac vehicles, the DeVille, the Seville, and the Eldorado.
Huh.
So that was like
upper tier cars.
You was status if you had
OnStar. Little
at that
OnStar
point.
deal. Yeah. Well, and just for the record, our daily Alexis Lunatic Fringe full volume.
There was an Alexa article last night, and I read it, and it was about being able to order from the Echo. And as soon as I read it, I was like, yeah, I'm not telling Dave that because I guarantee somebody will be getting something.
It's innocent fun. Hey, a little bit of Lunatic Fringe at full volume. Everybody likes that.
Right.
Do you even know what we're talking about, Justin? That's an old Journey song.
No.
Okay. Actually, I don't think it's Journey. Can't remember.
So we could play it, but I guarantee they'd get us pulled from YouTube.
Yeah. I'm gonna look it up here and see. Lunatic Fringe. It's one of my favorite songs. It's on the Vision Quest soundtrack.
Yeah, there it is.
Red Rider by Red Rider. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the first comment we get. Quit that.
I know. Listen, you knuckleheads, you're killing me. And I've heard so much Lunatic Fringe, I don't want to hear it again. That's where that's going. All right. So we've covered a lot of ground there. Man, tell me one more time, since we've got a little bit of time here. We're running ahead of schedule. There was a streaming service that you thought I'd be interested in because it had 80s music, and I cannot for the life of me remember what it was. Started with a B or a P?
P. Pluto TV.
Pluto TV.
Yes.
I'm going to put that in my phone now.
You actually can download the Pluto app.
That's what I need to do. So I've cut the cord.
You have officially cut the cord.
Which I didn't really have a cord, but I had a satellite.
Yeah, you had a cord.
I guess it did. Every time anybody says cut the cord, I always think of like
the physical cable.
Yeah, the physical cable that comes from cable that comes down your road and stuff.
Right.
So my cable went from the little satellite antenna in the house.
Right. But it was still a cord. You still attached.
There you go. I cut it there. So anyway, now I'm officially off of any satellite TV, cable TV, anything like that.
I'm excited for you, Dave. I'm excited to see. So, couple of weeks. Let's slowly ease you into this. Let's hear your reviews on cutting the cord with these streaming services.
It's a good point. So I've been roughly 7 or 8 weeks without watching TV. Really. Now, okay, somebody's house occasionally, whatever they're watching, I'll watch. But
right.
Yeah, I have not sat down in the evenings and watched any TV.
Well, you got the debates to look forward to tonight.
Yeah, I skipped those two. Thank you.
Yeah.
That was part of the whole cutting the cord.
Yeah.
And this is targeted at both sides. The fanatical political deal is just killing me. That was part of the. I got to get away from this. I don't need that negativity.
I tell you, as a cord cutter for a few years now, I have not missed watching the news at all. I found my day is much better and less stressful and less aggravating just not watching the news. Now, I will go online and maybe hit a news article or two if I scroll through Facebook and hit a news feed.
I look at Yahoo.
Yeah.
The front page of Yahoo every morning and kind of get whatever news I want off of there.
Right.
So and I look at the weather, our local WSAZ. If I'm curious about the weather, I go to there and look at it. So
right.
I don't feel like I'm missing anything.
Right, but I follow the local WCHS, WSAZ
right.
on Facebook, and if they pop up on my news feed, if it's a story I want to read, I'll read. But other than that, I don't sit down and watch news. I definitely don't watch the national news because that's a depressing.
It's a train wreck.
Funny.
So I'll throw this out there to you.
Okay.
There was this Harvard study, I think. It was a university study, but they talked about music and mood. So at sports games, they stopped playing aggressive music, and they started playing more easygoing, easy listening music that was non-aggressive on purpose. Still fun songs, but like think "Sweet Caroline" or "Brown Eyed Girl," those kind of songs.
More upbeat.
Yeah, upbeat and positive songs versus aggressive, what Metallica songs or whatever.
Although I will stop you there, "Sweet Caroline" will not work in Morgantown.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Especially when they're playing Pitt. Just
yeah.
throw that
Oh,
out
yeah. Well, and so the study showed that they monitored fouls at the games by the players. They monitored fan responses to the referees and the players. And they monitored, they did surveys with the teams after the sporting event. And they saw that aggression and fouls and angry responses from the crowd dropped dramatically. It was a significant drop in a study. And so their point was the aggressive music affects the mood. And that's what you were talking about. If you watch sad, pessimistic news,
right,
then you're going to be sad and pessimistic and have a pessimistic look on your day versus watching optimistic, upbeat things.
Right. Then
your day will be that way.
Yeah,
So scientifically proven for all the people out there, if you feel sad and depressed, get off the stuff and get more and positive. Immerse yourself in positivity.
Or listen to our podcast, as I guarantee you won't feel the same afterwards.
The same, good or bad. You won't be the same.
Exactly.
That's like bad torture.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you're going to come out of this, but you'll definitely be different.
Yeah. Results may vary.
Yeah, that's right. That's your full disclaimer. If you listen to this podcast, prepare yourself.
And you're in the same mood at the end of it as you was beginning of it.
Yeah. You didn't listen very well, if that's the deal.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay, so where's this cutting the cord start? Is that going to be its own podcast?
Well, this might be a few weeks of reviews of saying, okay, Dave, what service did you check out this week?
I agree, because we could tuck it into here.
Yeah.
All right, let's tuck it in here. So, all right, so here's the baseline. As of now, it's been roughly 8 weeks since I've sat down or had my own TV type deal that I've watched.
Right. So now's the perfect time to start because you're not jumping from one to the other. You've actually kind of detoxed yourself.
Yeah.
Of the standard normal. Here's how things work.
Yeah.
So now you're open to new means of receiving content. So let's see how well this works.
Okay. So where do you think I should start?
Let's start with the freebies.
Now, hold on. I will say this. I do have Netflix.
Okay.
But the last time I watched it was probably Stranger Things.
Okay.
Which has been a while.
Okay. So you're
and I got Amazon Prime, and they do have videos. And a couple of weeks ago, I did watch a movie on it on my phone. A part of a movie anyway. Almost Famous.
Okay.
You seen that one, Justin?
Nope.
Jeez Louise, man. We got to educate you. What?
I haven't either.
No way. Almost Famous? It's a Cameron Crowe film. It's got Kate Hudson. I don't know, a lot of B-level actors. Kate Hudson's probably the biggest.
Okay.
But man, it's got Philip Seymour Hoffman in it.
Yeah.
It's about 70s rock and roll and Cameron Crowe, kind of a true story type. Not true story, but
based on a true story.
Loosely based.
Inspired by.
Yeah, kind of that deal.
Okay.
It's about rock and roll. I mean, it's good, but it's kind of. I don't know. It's really good. The soundtrack is awesome. I do vinyl records on the record player, and I got the soundtrack, and I was listening to it last night. Love it. Just amazing soundtrack. Amazing story. Really good story.
All right, I'll add that to the list.
Yeah, add that to your list.
Yep.
Okay. Is it, I saw a little parody on YouTube about the list. Are you just saying it to placate me? Because so far, where's this list at? This was how the conversation went down. Where's your list at?
In my head.
There you go, in your head.
Yep.
So, of course, if you have a list, you got to put it on a physical list. Otherwise, how much stuff's on your list? So that was the next question.
Oh, just that and Caddyshack. Those are the two.
Very short list then?
Yep.
So you don't make a lot of lists then? Okay. All right. I see where this is going. Justin's not watching nothing.
No.
It'd help you had TV and Surface, I guess. Because I'm pretty sure Redbox isn't rolling these movies out.
I don't know. Give it another couple months, they might.
Yeah, they get bad.
Yeah, if they run out of all B movies, that hey, this isn't working. So maybe we need to do like the movie theaters. If we start bringing out the old stuff, maybe people will actually start
watching it again.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's working out well for the movie theaters. I mean, the Roby. I mean, I don't think they're packed house because
they're limited on seating anyway. But yeah.
But I mean, they must still be doing okay to be still offering the movies.
Yeah. Well, they got to keep running.
Right.
I mean, that's a big record for them.
Right.
Okay. All right. Well.
Now, if they do bring, did they bring in Ferris Bueller yet here?
I don't know.
Because if they haven't, I'm definitely.
Oh, you go to that?
I will go to that. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. But Cena's never watched it. It's like you're missing out.
Oh really?
Yeah, she has.
Oh yeah, that's a one you got to watch.
Yeah.
Ferris Bueller's good. What about Forrest Gump? You two seen Forrest Gump?
Yes.
I was talking to one of Kale's buddies, a high school senior, so 18-year-old, and that was his favorite movie, and I was blown away by that. That an 18-year-old now,
Yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, so here's a little movie trivia since we were talking about Forrest Gump. Have you guys heard the Mandela Effect?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Supposedly, there's a Mandela Effect on Forrest Gump.
Really?
Yeah, at the beginning where it says, life is like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Supposedly, the true movie line is, life was like a box of chocolates. But everybody remembers it as life is. So they claim that there's a Mandela Effect on that.
Yeah.
So I have buried in the house somewhere an old copy of Forrest Gump on VHS. I have not broken that thing out to see what the original VHS release was, if it is or was, compared to what they're broadcasting now.
I gotcha. Yeah, well, I mean, it would make sense. Hold on, let me look it up.
Okay.
Yeah, well, another one maybe was like Fruit Loops or something. Everyone thinks it's spelled one way and it's actually a different way. And
Yeah.
Berenstein Bears.
Yes, Berenstein Bears. I'm still claiming that there's something messed up there because to this day, I still claim that was originally spelled differently.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not a lot of conspiracy theories that I go with, but that one, I will argue with that one.
Mama always said life was like a box of chocolates.
Yeah. So I'm going to break out the
You never know what you can get.
VHS and get the official word on this.
I looked it up. It's there. That's it. Okay. And I believe it because his mama was passed away. So she would have said was like a box of chocolates. Because everything's past tense.
True.
Yeah. Well, and was is would be plural too, I think. I don't know. Either way. All right. Good deal. I like it.
Now, this is why we need to have the movie podcast, because we can just throw out a little trivia like this and.
Hey, I'm in for the movie
baloney on it.
Movie podcast. We got to get our guy over here up to speed. He's got a list of 2.
Oh, speaking of Tom Hanks, I saw him in the one where he's Mr. Rogers. I thought that was pretty good. That's probably
was
the
it
last
good?
movie I've seen.
I have not watched it.
I haven't watched that either. I like Mr.
liked it,
Rogers.
just because Tom Hanks is just can't go wrong, really.
Do you all know anything about Mr. Rogers? I mean, you might now through the movie, but
through the movie.
I actually
groundbreaking.
Yes,
groundbreaking.
When I was in college, I had to do I was taking a public speaking class, and I had to do a topic on a famous person.
Yeah.
Of course, if you know me, I always work better under pressure, a.k.a. I will wait at the last minute.
Yeah.
So
a little bit of procrastination, no problem.
So the night before, I was scrambling. I thought, well, I'll do one on Henry Ford, and nothing against Henry Ford, but it wasn't anything that actually intrigued me.
Yeah.
So I just started scanning through the TV and happened to run across something. They mentioned Mr. Rogers. I thought, here we go. Let's do it.
Yeah.
So I just did a quick search and it's like found all this information. It's like, oh yeah, I can work with this.
In the 12th hour, here we go.
Yeah. So got information, got enough to crank out a 5-minute speech. Professor loved us like, oh, this is easy. So that's when I finally figured out college is you don't have to know everything. You just got to act like you know what you're talking about.
There you go. It's all about content.
Exactly.
Was he in the military? That's one of the things that they raised in the movie but didn't answer it. That there's a rumor maybe that
there's a rumor, and it all depends on where you hear it from. But supposedly, the rumor is that he and Captain Kangaroo and somebody else was all in the military together. And supposedly, the reason he wore long sleeves and sweaters all the time is because he had military tattoos. I don't, but I think later on in the years they've kind of bunked that whole theory. But that was the original theory that they was all in the military together, and that's the reason he wore sweaters.
I guess he swam like a mile a day every day. Had a very disciplined routine there for working out.
Wow.
Yeah. You wouldn't think it just looking at him, but in decent shape.
What I find interesting is, as old as those shows are, you know, I turned one on one day and I had Sadie sit down and watch it, and even as old as that content is, it still applies today, and it's still so much better than this garbage that they call kids television nowadays.
Okay. Yeah, well, hold on. So I found it here, and I'll go with Snopes. I trust Snopes. You guys trust Snopes?
For the most part.
Okay. And it says Mr. Rogers was not in the military.
Okay.
And he did not have any tattoos.
Okay.
Yeah.
And he was not hiding a violent or criminal past.
That would be interesting.
Yeah.
If that came out of it.
Yeah, it'd be crazy.
On the land, running from the law.
Some will go out on TV. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So there we go. Questioned and answered.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Okay. There was a bunch of mixed reviews though. A lot of yes he was and tattoos and a sniper and worked for the CIA, and then a lot of no he was not.
Right.
Okay. Well, the other one was the actual military review board, something that stated it. Okay. All right.
Although that would have been interesting.
Oh, it'd be crazy, mind-blowing if that was the case.
Yeah, and he was like an ordained minister, and I mean...
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was... He lived a very interesting life. And what I still find interesting is, Sadie was watching a show one day, Daniel Tiger and whatever, and it's the cartoon version based off the Daniel Tiger on the show. I was like, wow, so they've actually been able to do a spin-off and make something out of...
Yeah, he was actually educated at Rollins College, Pittsburgh Theology. School of Theology. Nice. I found one of the things that that amazed me is how he slipped in social issue topics without being upfront about it, or that's the wrong word.
Not bashing you over the head with it.
Yeah, just like the one I saw was back a lot of racial tension in the 60s and so forth, and you couldn't have interracial swimming parties at public pools. Well, he invited in the local policeman, who was a black gentleman, and he had a little kiddie pool, and he's like, "Oh man, it's a hot day out. You've been walking a lot. I've been walking a lot. Let's cool our feet off." So they both took off their shoes and socks, and they put their feet in the baby pool together, and just sat there and talked. And one of the things that came out of that was the fact that he was, groundbreaking. That
was taboo for his
time. Yeah, and they kind of got snuck into the show, saying that this is okay. This is where we're going, and so anyway, neat stuff.
Yeah, and it's just little things like that that kids can pick up on.
Oh yeah,
and society needs to pick up on.
Yep.
Instead of getting bashed over the head with all this nonsense they have now and all this garbage TV, that just a good program like that can still stand the test of time, and you can still get a lesson out of it.
So we got way off topic, but coming back to cutting the cord here for me. So what do I do now?
Okay, so check out Pluto TV.
Okay, I just downloaded it.
Okay, so let's give you a week to check it out fully, and if you want, we can give your official review on that next week.
Okay.
And so how are you gonna stream? Do you use like a Chromecast, or how do you?
I don't know. I don't even have the
That's what
TV.
I
Kale took the TV up to
prefer.
his room so he can use Xbox games. So I'm not sure.
Get you a Roku stick. They're like $30.
I bet I know an IT guy that has one. He'll sell me.
No, because the IT guy has all the menus.
Daggone it! I gotta get me a new IT guy. My IT guy should have saw this coming.
Well, now, if you see, no, this is one you don't. If you'd have known me by now, you would have known a long time ago that as many times we've reviewed stuff, as much you've heard Roku talking, that this should have already been in play.
Well, Justin, just to help you out, anytime he brings anything in, he never brings it to where he can share it. Like he's always missing the power cord or some vital piece that you need, so therefore he can never leave it and loan it.
That
Yeah.
is sheer coincidence. That is
Oh,
not
baloney.
by design.
Baloney. Except that bummer of a review thing you brought in last time. You're like, hey, I want to load this on you, $40. But, no, I'm joking. But
No, Zach was
all
the
right.
one wanted that one.
I know. He's like, boy, that looks cool. All right, well, Justin, you got a product review for us.
Yeah.
So let's start this product review off. Joe, I'll let you kind of, you know the spec. I don't know any specs. You guys were talking about this while setting up the show. So
Yeah, last time I was in, it came up that you guys did like clunker reviews sometimes. Items that wasn't that the charger thing also?
Yeah,
Yeah.
the Rimax charger, yeah.
And Joe was on a roll. He
Yeah.
had 3 or 4 4-star reviews. Then he threw out an unprecedented
Yeah.
5-star review, which he never, and in all the 8 or 9 years we've been doing this stuff,
Yeah.
never a 5-star, and he threw it out. I can't remember what it was about. Wise,
Yeah.
one of the Wise products, and then I was like, wait a minute, man, that's crazy talk.
Mhm.
So then he came back because he's wanted to level the playing field, so to speak,
Yeah.
and just to show that his reviews weren't fluff. Okay, and then that's when you came in. You're like, well, I got something, so yeah.
Yeah,
Okay, so here we are. Introduce us to it.
Yeah, when I was in last time, I said, kind of jokingly, that this charger bank would take 2 days to charge. And I guess that was kind of based on reality, because I did a test. I started charging this portable charger.
Hold on. So just to clarify, you just kind of said, hey, it takes 2 days to charge, and then you did a test, and it actually took 2 days?
Oh, yeah. Friday afternoon, I started charging. Sometimes Sunday, it's finally got all the way up to 4 bars. I'm like,
So-
wow. Yeah. That wasn't an exaggeration.
Yeah.
Nice. So I had Joe look up some of the info on his computer over there for me. It's Anker PowerCore 13,000.
Yes.
And I got this years ago. And
Hold it up here for the camera. So
okay.
just like bring it right up in this area.
Right now I've got it hooked up to my phone.
Come up closer.
Oh,
There you go.
This way.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's not huge, so I'm going to give it a plus for that.
Okay.
Not real heavy.
Well, hold on. So let's go back.
Pretty portable.
We'll come back to pros and cons.
Yeah.
But so start off with, how long have you had it again?
I think probably about 3 years.
Okay, Joe, do you have some specs on it for us?
Yes, I do. It is a 13,000 milliamp hour charger.
Okay, hold on. Is that good or bad?
That's good. The higher the milliamp hour, the more recharges you can get.
What's the average, you think? Like if you go to Walmart and buy one of the ones off their shelf here by the checkout.
Well, if you're gonna buy the ones by the checkout, they're usually like $5-6. They're usually like 1,000 to 1,200.
Okay.
So that might get you
This
half
one's-
to full charge.
This one's a little better then?
Yeah, according to their specs, if you had an older iPhone 6S, it could do up to 5 full charges.
Oh, wow. Okay. That sounds pretty good then.
Not true, though.
That's why they have
False claim.
Yeah, that's why they have legalese that says up to.
Yeah. Okay, continue on with your specs. So 1,300 milliamp?
Yeah, 13,000 milliamp.
All right, 13,000. Wow. Okay.
Okay, and it says now this is where I find funny. It says high speed charging with power IQ.
Justin, your response? Also not true?
Not true. I mean, I thought there was something wrong with the outlet on the wall, and I started, I'm like, there's no way this thing's still charging, but yep.
Okay, so and it comes with an 18-month warranty. It has when you order it, it comes with the charger, a micro USB cable, a travel pouch, and just the product guide.
Okay.
And according to Amazon, based on over almost 20,000 reviews, 19,973 reviews, it has 4.7 out of 5 rating.
Wow. Yep. That's.
So,
I think I did get it on Amazon, and I found that before with Amazon. Sometimes I'll get something that, for me personally, it doesn't quite measure up to the glowing reviews that you see
Oh
on
yeah,
Amazon.
I usually go like when I look on Amazon. Joe taught me some valuable lessons because he started doing product reviews, and he's like, "All right, I'm gonna look up stuff on Amazon as well, just to kind of verify." I click on the 3 and 4 star reviews to try to get more realistic. Sometimes they're just this product stinks, and other times they go into detail, and that's kind of what I base my judgment on.
yeah,
now.
the 2, 3, 4 range. That's where you get the true information. Usually the 1 or the 5, you don't put much.
Can't
weight
always
in
trust.
Right.
I'd say with this thing fully charged, I'd probably, and charging my phone from like 2% all the way up to 90 something, I could probably do that twice, maybe 3 times, but
Okay.
twice.
And what model phone is yours?
It's a 6S.
Okay, so okay,
just like
so,
they were saying on there.
All right.
okay, so because I thought maybe you had like an 8 or something. I was gonna say, well, now that would make sense,
Right.
a newer phone, but I'm shocked.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So let's start down the process.
Yeah.
Give us some pros in your opinion. You said size already.
Relatively portable, yeah. It's all scraped up, so apparently I've dropped it at this point. So it's durable, it's still working.
This thing takes 2 days to charge. I'm throwing you down. Get some of that. I mean, it's not as slim as some
Right.
I've seen, but I guess it's got more battery storage. So okay. And you're saying you
Pros,
get 2, maybe 3 charges?
Mm-hmm.
Is that a pro in your mind or a con?
That's fine. I mean, for what I do,
Okay.
I'm not needing to, to
It's-
charge more than that.
Right. Not like a lifesaver before you get back to power.
I've used it if I know I'm going to be out camping for like 3 or 4 days, but I still
Right.
want to be able to take pictures and stuff, and
Gotcha. Okay.
maybe read something or listen to a podcast on my phone at night at the campsite. It's kind of nice for that.
And you've had it 3 years, so it
Mhm.
lasts. It's lasted, I guess. Is that normal, Joe? Is like 3 years pretty good, or was that
Yeah,
the
that's
average?
pretty good.
or-
Based on some of the reviews I was reading, some people was having trouble within like a couple of months.
Oh wow. Okay.
So there wasn't a lot of people having issues, but the issues they were having was it was going completely dead and
Yeah. not doing anything.
not doing anything within a couple of months. So
Okay.
I'm surprised. So Justin, you actually got one of the good ones.
And I'm kind of interested. I mean, if it's literally on the charger for 2 days, I wonder how much energy that's drawing just to be able to.
Right.
Charge your phone twice.
Because I've been using it this week. It's got the 4 lights
Yeah.
on it that indicate max charge all the way down. Now I'm down to 1, and I just don't feel like I've used it all that much this week. It's already down to 1.
What was the price? Do you remember roughly?
He looked it up.
Oh, Joe, you got the price on it?
You said around 40, and that's about what I remember paying. Something
Okay.
like that. Definitely less than 50. So price could be a pro, I guess. Maybe
I don't know.
$40.
What do you think, Joe?
For it to take 2 days to charge, but Justin, I will tell you, I ran into the same issue, not with this brand, but it was a different power bank. Cena and I was in Florida for work, and I took it for the plane ride down,
Yeah.
and used it, worked great. Took it to where we staying, plugged it in, and it literally took 2 days to get full charge. I thought there was something wrong with the electrical in the place we was staying.
Yep, that's
And
what I thought too.
so I, used it on the plane ride back, got home, charged it up again, and it still took forever, a lot longer than what I thought it should take.
Yeah.
And what really shocked me on your review is the brand. It's Anker, and for a lot of people that aren't familiar with the brand, it's Anker, Anker.
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love their charging cables for
Well,
your phones and your
yeah,
phones and
I
stuff.
remember you talking about
love
that, yeah.
Their charging cables.
Now they have an Anker PowerCore 10,000 portable charger, one of the smallest and lightest, for $20 on Amazon, and it looks very similar.
Yeah.
I mean, it looks almost identical.
Yeah, before Joe actually looked closer at the model number, that's what I thought it was at first.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably like their newer, slimmer.
And that's
Lighters.
about the same price point as the ones I'm seeing here, the BC Master, the Anker. Actually, they got 2. They got the PowerCore Slim. It's $2 more to be slimmer. And then this one doesn't even have a name. Solar power bank. Okay. Now 30,000 goes up to $38.
That's not bad.
I mean, double, not quite double the price, but double the power.
Huh.
But that's a different brand. Doesn't even say what brand it is.
Yeah, imagine all the prices have gone down.
Yeah, it
in the
looks
last
like
3 years since I bought it. Yeah.
So it's come down.
Now, I'm on Anker's website, and they have their version of that Rimax power station that I have. It's called the Anker Powerhouse 200, and it's $299.
Wow. Okay. Well, back to our review here.
Yep.
So is that all the positives you can think of?
It still works. It hasn't broken yet. That's about the only pro I can give you, and the portability.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then, so let's go to cons.
Yeah.
And we know the first one.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess I was expecting more when I bought it.
So when you were charging it for those 2 days, did you just walk by and just cuss it as you walked by? It's like, what is going on with you?
Just glared at it. What are you doing in there?
Can you not get the rat to run on the wheel any faster than that?
Yeah, I mean, I've heard of trickle charging, but this is ridiculous.
Yeah.
But like Joe said, yeah. I mean,
It's almost got to be on purpose. I mean, did you have that mindset where you were talking to it for real, where you were just like, you're just messing with me, right?
Yeah.
You're not on 4 yet? How do you not get to that 4? Does the fourth light work?
Yeah, maybe the LED's burned out. That's what it is. That's
that's what it does. It'll sit there and just one light will blink, 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 then two, and then a day later, 3. You're like, goodness. Yeah.
Don't worry, Justin. It's working as hard as it can.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, at first I was like, well, I don't want to just leave it plugged in.
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
not going to ever charge up.
I'd be worried it'd catch on fire or something. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Because you hear stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Charge that sucker outside.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then throughout the week, I just don't feel like it charges enough times to be.
Does it hold its charge well? Do you notice?
Since it only has the 3 lights, I don't have any sort of detail, percentage thing or anything.
I mean, you ever leave it setting for a week without using it, and you come back and it's all the way back down to 1 or anything?
I don't think so. But I have worried leaving it out, like, in my car when it's cold and stuff.
Yeah.
I wondered
how that affects it?
Yeah, if that might have had any sort of effect on it.
Maybe that's why it charges so slow. You can leave me out in the cold? Watch this.
Yeah, maybe I've just beat it up too much over the years.
Okay. All right. So con 1.
Yeah. Yep.
2.5 days to charge.
Yeah.
Any other cons? Or that one's so good that's all you can't get past that.
I'd say the other con is just I would like to get some more charges out of it for all that effort.
Yeah, 2 days to get 2.5 charges.
Yeah,
that is kind of rough.
Yeah, considering their website touts for that exact model phone up to 5 full charges.
Yeah.
And you're not letting it go completely dead. You're letting it go down to 2%. So that's not completely dead. So that's even less work that it has to do. So that is interesting.
Yeah.
How long does it take to charge your phone? Like off of it?
Maybe 20 minutes.
What?
Something like that.
It charges it to full charge in 20 minutes?
20 or 30, yeah, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
So
is that normal?
Compare that to a regular wall charger. If you use your regular wall charger, how long does it take to charge your phone fully?
I don't know. I usually don't look at it, but I'd say an hour or so, probably.
Okay, so yeah, that is.
How does that happen? How does it charge it so fast?
It may have. Well, it does. They do tout having. Let me go back here.
I mean, I didn't even think a phone was capable of being charged like that.
Yeah, with
in
the
20 minutes.
Especially with the newer chargers and stuff like that, you can get like what they call quick charge, which will boost it up within like 30 minutes to get you halfway.
Huh. But I mean, that's 30 minutes to get halfway, and you're saying, are you sure it's 20 minutes for a full charge?
I could be off on that, because usually when I'm charging, I kind of just set it down and
walk away.
Forget about it.
Yeah.
Well, it says high-speed charging with Power IQ, so it's very possible that it could be, pushing a lot of power out through that port. Because what they typically do is, if they do that, they'll do like a high-speed charge to at least 50%, and then slow it down to the normal charge rate.
Right,
so
right.
that's very possible.
Huh. Okay. Interesting.
And with that being an older phone, the battery capacity isn't as big as the newer phone, so it's very possible.
Okay. Well, I mean, that's a pro then, right? Quick charge. By golly.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's go back to cons. Any other cons? I mean, considering you've thrown it down and you've given it mean looks and you've said nasty things about it, I mean, it's still working.
Yeah. No other cons I can think of. I mean, it hasn't caught on fire or anything, so.
Big bonus there. Yeah.
So.
It hasn't outright attacked you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, if you were going to give it on a scale of 1 to 5, if you're going to do a 5 available star review, where would this fall for you? I mean, and in my mind, I'm not sure what you're going to say here because you originally came in and said, this is going to be a bad review just because I'm not happy with it. But now, in reality, I mean, it quick charges, it holds charge, does what you ask it to do.
I think, maybe I was being a little mean on the last show when I said it was a clunker, but...
You're still a little hurt by the 2 days?
And it did some things all right. I'm gonna give,
it's only got one job.
I'm going to go 2.5 stars. Yeah.
All right, middle of the road then.
Yeah.
2.5.
Yeah.
Okay. And I got to assume that's just based on that lack of quick charging on its side to get charged.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you must really have had a tough weekend watching that baby charge.
Didn't get a whole lot done though.
Just spent time walking by and looking.
Yeah.
Only 2 lights? Yeah. I see how it's going to be. Now you're teasing me with 3. All right. I still hate you.
Yeah.
So what was the most traumatic thought you had as you walked by watching this thing charge for 2.5 days? Did you have any really good thoughts go by, or you just discussed it all the way around?
Try to find a really tall building to drop it off.
You're in Spencer, West Virginia. I think 3 stories might be the limit here.
Yeah.
Don't make me walk up all 3 stories.
Yeah. I will stand on the roof.
Interesting. All right, so 2.5 stars. And what was the name of it again?
It was the Anker PowerCore 13,000.
Okay. Now
I wonder maybe if going with like a 30,000 like you were saying. I mean.
Oh, you'd be charging for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I wonder how quickly they can charge.
You got to take it directly to the coal power plant there to get that baby to charge.
Yeah.
Well, I have a solar charger, and my biggest gripe with it is if you let it charge off solar, it only charges up to 50%.
That's true. I have one as well.
To protect the battery. And
you got it for me, actually.
Yeah, because it was the orange one. Was it orange?
I don't know. I don't remember. I haven't seen it for a while.
But my biggest gripe was I understand why they do it to protect the battery, but my thoughts are, why don't you at least let it go to 75%? I mean, I understand you can't go 100 because possibly short circuit and everything, but 25% extra charge isn't going to hurt anything.
Yeah, and it gives you a little bit more.
Right.
Huh. Interesting. Okay. Well, what else we got to talk about? We're at 56 minutes. 57. Woo. We went from very fast news updates to movies to I don't even remember what. Me cutting the cord to product review.
Either of you seen The Social Dilemma? That's one I've been hearing about on Netflix.
I have not.
I have seen the preview, but I've not sat down and watched it yet.
Heard a lot of buzz about it.
Social Dilemma.
Yeah.
It is on my playlist. I have not watched it yet.
So it's on your list. Now we know Justin's list is only two things here.
Yeah.
How big's your list, Joe?
I'd have to pull up the Netflix app and look at it because I have quite a list of items to watch.
All right, so tech experts sound the alarm on dangerous human impact of social networking. Can I watch that on Pluto?
No, you have to watch it on Netflix.
Oh, well, I have Netflix.
Yeah,
okay,
so
I can do that.
Yeah, you're good.
I just got to figure out how to. I don't know if I can handle watching my phone now.
Okay, so one of the...
Hold on. Just to throw this out there, just so we're clear, Justin wants me to watch a movie about sounding the alarms of dangerous human impact of social networking on my social networking device so that I can learn the dangers of using my social networking device.
While we're broadcasting
on a social network. Yeah. Jeez, Justin.
On Facebook Live.
Yeah, what kind of deal are you starting here for us? That's like a huge catch-22 wrapped into a catch-22. With the same-sided double coin deal.
Yeah.
All right, I like where this podcast is going. I'm in, fellas. I'm in.
And you was worried that we weren't going to be able to have enough content for today.
I'm with you. So now we got a couple things we got to roll over here. Okay, so are we going to do a separate podcast for the movies, or are we going to wrap it into this one?
I said we had to roll it out as its own
entity. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, next time we'll do a 20-minute teaser of a deal. So here's what we're going to do then. I'll watch the social. Have you seen The Social Dilemma?
No.
So, but you've seen it, or you just know about it?
I just have heard some buzz about it. That's
all right. Do we all have Netflix?
Yep.
Okay, so let's watch The Social Dilemma. We'll come back next week and we'll do 2 shows. We'll do the Help Desk with Joe, obviously, and then we'll come up with a name and kind of roll out our first teaser based off The Social Dilemma, which I think is a fitting kickoff to our social dilemma about The Social Dilemma, and then we'll roll that into movie/documentary reviews. I don't know. We'll come up with something cool.
Okay, cool.
I mean, we're 3 innovative guys. Yeah, I am too.
So you get to. So now
I got to figure out how to watch this.
Jeez. I have a product that I got on Prime Day that I haven't tested with or reviewed yet, but it's actually like a little screen you set your phone on, and it actually makes it a bigger screen.
Really? Wow.
Yes.
Like projects it onto something else, or like you watch it on the wall?
Well, no, you just watch it like it's a little stand.
It has its own screen, or is it projected onto like a wall?
It's projected on its own little screen.
Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
You got it with
It's
you?
basically like a magnifying glass over top of your phone screen, but still.
How much was that?
It's less than $20.
Did you bring it with you?
No, it's still sitting at the office.
See, Joe or Justin, this is lesson learned. Hey, I got this really cool thing. No, I'm not loaning it to you because I didn't bring it with me.
Well, no, I haven't.
But it's cool.
It's not even unboxed yet. I haven't even unboxed it. So.
You could have brought the box.
And we could have tested it live here.
Well, I mean, you could have gave it to me and I'd take it home and test it.
Well, if I would have known.
Come on, Joe.
Honestly, that would have been a good thing for you to test. So yeah,
I agree. All right.
I would have brought that.
So when can I get it? I'll be by to pick it up.
We'll just stop by today.
Okay.
I won't be there, but Cena will.
Oh yeah, you're gonna make me ask Cena for it. I see how this is going. It's gonna be like, now Dave, you know better than that. Joe talks. He doesn't mean it, and I didn't approve it, so no.
Yeah.
I see where this is going.
He didn't know what he's talking about.
Yeah, I know. That's how it's going to work out for me. All right. Hope you're paying attention, Justin. Your list has only got 2 things on it. It needs to have 3. Joe teases. All right. Anyway. Okay. So what'd you get that product for? Did you get it for yourself to try out, or?
Yes. It was. I'm looking it up here.
What's it
so
called?
I paid $10.39 for it.
What's it called?
It's the Glisten 12-inch 3D phone screen enlarger.
I never even knew they had those. But.
I didn't either. So as soon as I saw it, I was like, I tease Cena all the time. I always tell her, I don't know what this is, but I have to have it.
Yeah.
It's a prime deal.
Yeah. So here's what it's.
I'm looking at it here. Yeah.
So that's what it's supposed to do.
3D, it says.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah,
hold on. What size was it? Okay, the
12-inch.
12-inch 3D curved screen.
Yes.
Huh.
$11.95. Huh. So what made you get that?
It was a prime deal. It had it was on sale for $10. I was like, yeah, I'm willing to try that just to see what happens.
But I mean, do you watch a lot of your phone, or?
A little bit, and then Cena watches some stuff on her phone, so I thought, she would be a good test subject for it. So I was wondering.
Oh, see, now you're really trying to get me in trouble. You want me to go take Cena's new gadget?
Well, she hasn't even unboxed it yet.
That doesn't mean anything.
That's what's funny is.
You know what's funny? You're trying to talk me into this. You're trying to send me over there by myself.
To take her
toy.
Yeah.
Yeah. By the way, Cena, Joe's donating your deal here, but don't take it out on me. How's that going to work out? Yeah.
That's the thing. She doesn't get excited about tech gadgets the way I do. I mean, she gets this like, okay, and she'll use it, but I'm like a kid at Christmas, like, all right, I got this. We're going to try it. We're going to use it. We're going to see what happens. And she just.
I mean, is it something? Does it look like it'd be comfortable to like hold if you're just
on
the couch or in bed or like?
Well, it looks like you just kind of set it down.
Yeah.
So.
Set it on the counter or something. Or?
Yes, and okay, so this one picture here, they're showing it on a tabletop.
It'd be nice to have one where it would hold your phone so you could just like.
Yeah, my thoughts are if you could, if it would.
You can move it around freely when your phone would stay put.
Kind of like a cord connection that you could use your phone off the side and it would.
Yeah.
There you go, Joe. That's the next invention. All born here.
There we go.
Plug your phone in and be able to use your phone, but yet still watch the screen.
Give your phone a second screen, basically.
Yeah. But then we're back to my dilemma of, well, if you're going to do that, just have a TV.
Right.
I like their ad, though. It says perfect gift, movie lover, old people, passionate traveler, or children. And it doesn't have a picture of them with the product. It just has a picture of like an old couple.
Right.
Or, a couple watching a movie on TV, or a passionate traveler with a dog and a backpack, and children with a kid with headphones in watching a regular TV.
Okay, I love the movie lover picture of like 6 people. There's 5 people sitting there like cheering like they're watching a football game. Here, Justin, I'll turn it around. Yeah. Yeah.
There's no way all 6 people are. Mine's different. My older couple's older, and the kid is zonked out watching. It looks like he's in a movie theater.
Yeah, so what I find funny is, okay, so you have 5 people sitting around watching a 12-inch screen.
Yeah.
Magnifying on a phone, really?
Hey, they sold you.
Yeah.
So,
hey, it was $10. I didn't even see this picture of it.
You bought it without even looking at all the pictures.
Exactly.
By golly.
Hey, trust me, if I would look at all the pictures on Amazon's product, I wouldn't buy anything on Amazon.
Cena's going to be like, all right, I got to roll Joe back in here. I see how this works. You got to do full reviews, Joe, before you're allowed to purchase from here on out.
You got to look at all the pictures before you can even consider buying.
All right. So next week we'll be back with more Help Desk with Joe, and we'll cover our usual tech topics, and we'll transition the movie/social stuff onto another podcast.
Right.
So if that interests you, next week listen to Help Desk with Joe, because we'll have the information for that. And then we'll do a short teaser show of that actual podcast, which will be related. So, okay, exciting stuff. A lot came out of this, and we ended up being an hour and 5 minutes, which just blows me away after we blew through the news updates after 20.
I know.
So we used up 46 minutes.
Seeing you worry that we never have enough.
I wasn't worried. I just
well, I
was
can
like,
tell
wow,
you're getting kind of anxious.
We kind of got through the news really fast.
Yeah.
All right. Well, anyway, for the people out there, you're welcome. We can cover some ground and not really even go anywhere.
Exactly.
But a great product review from Justin. If nothing else, I found it very funny.
Yeah.
I don't know that.
My pain amuses you. Yeah.
I see the dialogue, and I know what I would be thinking, because like I have when I had chickens, I was always like, when they stop laying eggs, which it's part of nature, they molt, they take a break, then they start laying again. But during that molting process, I'm always like, you dirty little free food getting scoundrels, earn your keep, you're a freeloader, and I always had those like live conversations with them, and they just look at me and bark, 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 I'm like, you don't even understand what I'm saying, but I'm mad at you. Get back to laying eggs.
Do your job.
Yeah, do your job. You're here for a reason. But anyway, so I have those conversations with myself out loud all the time, so I can relate and just imagine you walking through it, looking at it, and just
Yeah. Is it still charging?
Are you for real? Anyway, so yeah, we're very amused at your expense. And I'm sure people listening to this podcast are as well. Okay, well, we'll wrap it up. Joe, how does anybody get a hold of you? If they got any questions on this, and if anybody's interested in cutting the cord like I'm going, and they want to get some of the products that I know you're very familiar with and use, how do they get a hold of you or Cena?
You can give us a call at our office at 304-927-3588. Check out our website at amdigitaltechnologies.com, or follow us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at AM Digital Tech for all that.
All right. And, as always, A&M Digital Technologies, Joe, you and Cena, you just help us with computer work. Every time you come in for a show, it's, hey, Joe, look at this computer. We got a lot of computers, and we try to use them until they literally just die on us.
Yeah, that is one thing I have to give you all the hats off to, that you do not use the devices frivolously. It's like, how much Band-Aids and duct tape can we use?
Yeah. Just because, we use so many of them and they get beat up so bad, it's crazy. But many thanks to A&M Digital Technologies. If you're here local, or even if you're not, you guys do regional work and statewide work and so forth. So check out A&M Digital Technologies. Shop local. That's super important, especially now. And if you have any questions or need any information, get a hold of Joe and Cena. They'll fix you up. Just don't go looking for the screen projector, because I'm going to nab that baby.
Yeah.
At least for a week. See what happens. But we'll be back with more. So thanks for watching in here on our podcast. This was, I set my sheet off on the side and I wasn't even ready to go, but here we are. This is David, and you've been listening to Help Desk with Joe, and I have with us today Joe and Justin had the product review. So Justin, many thanks for the product review, and again, a very entertaining product review. And you're here with Patch Turned Up, so stay tuned in for more podcasts, music, news, and updates from our Patch students and our Patch podcast and radio station, and community and children first, as always. So that's going to wrap up our podcast. Thanks for joining in, and join us next week for more exciting news from A&M Digital Technologies and Help Desk with Joe. Okay. All right. Well, thanks for watching our Facebook broadcast. And this has been a long one today, but a fun one, I think. And we'll be back with more next week. So make sure you tune in next week and join us for our regular Help Desk with Joe, and then whatever we name the new one, we'll have it out for movie reviews, fun reviews, documentary reviews, stuff like that. So more of a social podcast and video update, video Facebook stream, I guess. All right, well, thanks for joining us. This is David here at the Patch Office in Spencer, and I have with me Joe, A&M Digital Technologies, and Justin, and we'll be back with more.